La 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 la, love is love. La 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 la, love is love. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about me. Let's talk about you, you. Let's talk about me, me. Let's talk about la 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 la, love is love.
Hi guys, this is Andrea with Andrea's Reborn Nest, also known as Our Reborn Nest. And I was in the middle of changing little Mia here, and I thought I do a little bit of it on film and also talk about something that I learned yesterday that I found very interesting and not all that surprising. But like I told you guys, anytime I find out something that has to do with my situation and anything that's not kosher in the community, I will let you guys know. So why I'm changing little Mia, let me just tell you quickly what went on in do it kind of briefly because it was a long conversation. So last night, just before I went to bed, I get a notification on my Instagram from a follower of mine, and I follow her as well, that basically said, oh, you know, I tried to connect with you on YouTube and to send you the information you want, but I don't know how to get to your email address. And I said, what are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. And she said, well, you want, I don't know how to get to your email. And I said, well, it's in the it's in my about section of my YouTube channel, but here's my email address anyway. So I gave it to her and I said, well, I didn't even look at the connection. I was like really tired. It was like, you know, 2:30 in the morning here. And I said, who is this anyway? And she says, I contacted you. You wanted to know, you know, who sent the email to you that, you know, talked about you really horribly. And I said, what is your name on YouTube? And she said, do what makes you happy. And I'm like, oh my goodness, really? I said, this is you? I didn't know it was you. Well, I looked back after we got off the phone about 2 hours later. I looked back and she did send me that information back in May, but I've been like so busy trying to be on the defense mode that I haven't really, you know, I forgot all about it. So basically, so anyway, so I said to her, well, what, you know, can you send me, you know, you said that you had an email. And she said, what email? And I said, well, the email you talked about, and you know, that you had, like, somebody emailed you, and that's how you got a hold of me, because it was like basically such horrible things were said about me and you couldn't believe it. And basically she said to me, she clarified the whole thing and said, it wasn't an email, it was actually a mass email on Instagram. And basically, it talked about me and to be careful of me. And I said, well, what exactly did it say? And she said, okay, her name is Andrea, and this is her Instagram channel, and she did a chargeback, and she's a scammer. Don't do business with her. And she said, I didn't even know who you were, and I'd never talked to you, I've never done business with you, and so I don't even know why I got this email. I said, well, who sent you the email? And she said, you know, it comes from this group of women. And I said, well, well, who was it? And she said, well, if you can ring a couple of them out. And she said, who's like, it came like from the head person, and that that everybody's been talking about, because she has been following Sam's lives, and really got a little bit of an insight of what really has been going on here. Because I told her a couple of months ago, when I didn't even know that she was Do What Makes You Happy, I thought those were different people, the one that I was talking about on Instagram and her, but they were all one and the same person, people. So anyway, so she looked at her notes and came back and said it came from Random Reborns. And it was geared basically to anybody and everybody that was associated with Random Reborns, Inez's channel, Tasha's channel, Katie's channel, and I'm not really sure if Shannon's channel was in there. So I'm not talking about that channel because I'm not going to give them any airtime, even though maybe I should, because then people can see what kind of people they are. So she said it was really so horrific, and I was so kind of like shocked, like I said, because I didn't even know who you were, and I've never heard of you before. So I checked you out on Instagram, and you seemed really nice. And then you have your link in your Instagram description to your YouTube channel, so I checked that out. And then I realized that this is just all a big oh, she looks so cute, smear campaign. And at this point, she said, I really, the more I watched of your channel and how you defended yourself, everything made complete sense to me. And the more I watched their channel, the more I realized this is all like, like if you don't like them, they don't like you, and they will make sure that you know it and everybody else in the community. So so what Random Reborn, which is Renee, did was she sent a mass email out to all the Instagram collectors, smearing my name to everyone and telling false information to everyone. And then Inez basically did the same thing, but she targeted the collectors. And the collectors, everybody knows, they are a very tight-knit group of people. And this is actually, this is money that they're losing. This is their business. As a collector, this is not our business, this is our hobby. So the collectors, there's a way bigger group of collectors out here than artists. And sooner or later, the collectors are all gonna realize that the jig is up, and realize who is really the troublemaker in any community, and who is really somebody that they can trust with their money, with their time, with their, sort of so-called secrets. And so she was talking about that she had watched Tasha on her Pixie Mommy's Reborn channel, and saw like a couple of her box openings from Myra's Little Bugs. So she was like, she loved the babies and the art that was behind it. So, and she said, Andrea, I could not find a baby by this woman to save my life. Every time I tried to buy one, it was either gone, it was already taken, or Tasha bought them all. And then one came available, and suddenly maybe somebody didn't want this particular kit, I'm not sure, but it came available and I snatched it up, and I was so excited for the box opening and everything, because everything I saw on Tasha's channel, I was completely super, like my expectations were pretty high. So the baby comes in the box, and I open up the box, and she said, if I tell you it was a disappointment, it's an understatement. It was a complete letdown, this box opening. Nothing like what Tasha portrayed in her box openings happened for me. The baby itself, I love the baby, but the box opening is not anything that I had seen on her channel, so that was completely not okay. And and now she said, I found out about a month ago that I am blocked from random reborns, from Pixie Moms, from Ines, Reborn Doll Collectives. And she said, she checked that last night actually, Ines's channel, and she said, yeah, I'm blocked from her channel, but I'm not blocked from her store, from her Instagram store. So maybe she didn't make the connection yet that I'm one and the same person that now is following you on YouTube and Instagram. So it's pretty mind-boggling that these people are doing this, and now they are trying to basically recruit new people to their, newcomers to their channels. And all I can say to the newcomers is, do your homework. All the videos about me are still on at least Pixie Mommy's channel. So if you want to be talked to or talked about like that, if something goes wrong and if you don't like something or you disagree with them, this is the kind of treatment you can expect from them, which is not right. And newcomers, they don't know which way the wind blows. I didn't either. I bid on it. I was friends with Ines, and the funny thing is that about a month before this whole thing went down with Renee, I had sent Renee a Happy Mail for her Charlie, and I was going to send her this Mia to have her reweight, and then on the last minute I decided not to do it. Now let me ask you this: if you go through such lengths to be so evil and so backstabbing about a doll, how far will you go when it really counts, when it really matters in your life? How far? How far will you go? And that is a really, really scary thing to think about for me. I mean, my integrity, my values are not for sale, not for anybody, not for no doll, not for anything. Right is right, wrong is wrong. It doesn't matter if they're my kids. If my kids do something wrong, I don't stand up behind them either. You make a mistake, you need to live with it, and you need to get the this. Like even when my kids were little, there are good consequences and bad consequences. You can do, you can mess up, and then there are bad consequences. You do good, and there are good consequences. So why, I mean, how far would these adult women go? I mean, these are not teenagers or 12-year-olds, that don't know any better. These are adult women that raise children. I mean, that is horrible. So, to tell you the truth, I was completely shocked. Not completely shocked, about 70% shocked that it was Renee, because Renee has kind of like been sliding into the background a little bit, and nobody really talked much about her. But now we know why. And this whole thing about Ines, if you're listening, and I know you are, you haven't been talking about me at all lately. No, you don't talk about me. You let all your minions do the work for you. We all know about that video that Tasha did yesterday. I mean, I didn't watch it, but I know indirectly had all that to do with me, which is you just kind of keep playing defense here. If that's what you want to do for the rest of your time on YouTube, fine, go right on ahead. But you know what, a grown woman would say, you know what, I screwed up, I made a mistake, and this is not the way I roll. This is not the way I want to be portrayed in this community. But you know what, that's for you to now figure out. You made a spectacle of yourself, and it's not really about the doll, because the doll would have cost you $50 to fix. It was you thinking you are above the fray. You think that you are the queen of this community, thinking that, oh, how dare somebody not want what I sell. You know what, I am. If I don't like what I bought and what I paid really good money for, then I will let you know. I will let anybody know. And I expect nothing less from myself. If somebody doesn't like what I sell, I always stand behind my products, always. And the fact that you have your little minions, your little gang, do your dirty work for you, is not really cool either. I mean, be at least woman enough and don't drag other people into it. And the fact that you guys are all buying all these dolls and then selling them, I don't think you're actually buying the dolls. I think you're getting them for free from these artists just to promote them, and then you're sending them back, and then the artists sell them as new to other people because you did advertising for them. I think that's how this whole thing is rolling down, because it all doesn't make any sense. You think that we are all dumb, and we are not, and the jig is up. And what you did, like this, this smear campaign against me is firing back big time on you. And like I always say, you reap what you sow. Oh yeah, and then one other thing is that email, that actual email that was geared towards Anne. I also know who wrote that email, but I'm not going to say anything about that because that's not my battle to fight. This email has nothing to do with me. That was around before I even came into the community. But because a lot of people now trust me, because I know how to keep a secret, and I do not betray people, and I'm an honest person. I know who wrote this email, and you also know who wrote this email. So I would be really quiet right now, because if Anne or anybody asks me, they can ask me privately, they can send me an email, and I will let them know who wrote this email. So with that being said, be careful out there, people, with your money, with your information. Even if you don't give out your information on YouTube, first name is fine. First name is not a privacy violation. That's ridiculous. I said that yesterday. But the last name, where people live, that is a privacy violation. If I want to give that out, that's up to me. But that's nobody else's business to ever mention my name, period. My name's already out there now, thanks to Inez. So I really don't have much respect for this woman, and I think anybody doing business with her, make sure that you understand what you're doing. And for any new people that are looking for a community or looking for channels to watch, I would suggest do a little bit of legwork before you follow anybody. Watch their videos, like maybe 3 or 4 months worth of videos. Just take a look and see what their topics are before you follow them. And if you like what you see, follow them. If you don't, at least you are not going to be blindsided. Just like I say, when you go to the doctor, you need to be your own advocate for your own health, for your own mental health, physical health, for your own values, for your own life. That's nobody else's business, problem or job but yours. So, I can't be the watchdog for the whole community. I'm just telling you what you need to watch out for. And I feel like last night I couldn't even sleep because I felt such a heavy heart for humankind, really, because if this is what we have come down to, for a doll, between that and what's going on politically in this country, it's really horrible. I never thought I saw the day ever, and part of me wished I would have never gone into this YouTube community, because I have seen these people that I never ever in my life. I'm 59 years old and I've never met people like that ever until I came into this community. But on the other hand, I made some really good friends too. So, you know, I made more good friends than bad, but now I'm going to be way more guarded, and which is kind of sad that you have to check people out 50 million times in 50 million ways to make sure that they are really legit. So with that said, little Mia is all ready. Whoops, she's all ready for the day, and I'm gonna go and take a shower and go to Starbucks. She's so cute, and she's like dressed now. And then tomorrow I just did an archive of some photography I did when we were still living in LA, some more. And our favorite place was Palm Springs. We love going to Palm Springs. We love going to Marina del Rey, you know, like the beach or the ocean. So I have a lot of pictures, a lot of photography. So if you're into that, if you love LA, if you like California, if you like the beach, if you like good photography, I'm gonna do a vlog about that tomorrow. So until then, we say bye. Have a happy Sunday. Be kind to one another and let your love multiply. Talk soon. Bye.